Hello everybody, welcome to this platform. This is Sichamba Jacob and I'm pretty sure you are doing very fine. Okay, so I've got a question right over here. This is under coordinate geometry. So they're saying find the equation parallel, that's A, for B it's perpendicular to this equation right over here at 0,5. So what you need to understand on these two, there are specific points that you need to consider before you answer any question. So let's do this. When you've got an equation, I'm just giving an example. You've got an equation which is a y is equal to a 2x plus a 3. You see this equation? And they ask you to find any of these, perpendicular or parallel. What you need to do first is to identify your gradient. So now look at this. This is an equation. So my gradient from this question will just be the number, the coefficient at x term, the number that is with x. In this case, it's a 2. So my gradient denoted using letter M will be a 2 right over here. So this is gradient. Gradient. And when we talk about gradient, it's a slope. It's a slope, okay? So whenever you want to find an equation, we use the formula of finding equation of a straight line. And this is how it looks. Y is equal to mx plus a c. So if you're able to see nicely, this looks like this. So where there is 2 here, this is our m. It's a gradient. And the number without a letter, it's our c, which is a constant. So this idea of picking, okay, the number or the coefficient here to be a gradient comes from this idea right over here. I hope you get something out of this. So there is another point which you need to consider. For parallel equation that is parallel to some other equation, we use the gradient of the original. I don't know if you understand. We don't do anything to the gradient. We just pick that gradient and then use the point to find equation that we are looking for when it comes to parallel. But when it comes to perpendicular, this is perpendicular, there are some tricks that we do, or there is something that we do to the gradient. We don't use the original gradient. So an example, let's say this is your gradient, original gradient. We shall call it M1, which is equal to a 2. You need to find M2, which you're going to use for you to find a perpendicular. And for M2 to be found, I'll show you 2 ways. Number 1, just look at the original, which is this one. Check the sign. What sign do we have here? It's a positive. Change the sign to negative, okay? If it was negative, take it to positive. And then you write this number, you write a 1 over a 2. So let me show you. This 2 is the same as a 2 over 1, okay? So the way it is for you to find the gradient that is perpendicular, we always say the sign here, it's a negative. Since this is positive, it will be negative. And then you get the number which is down here, take it on top. What is on top, bring it down. So we flip. That's what we do when it comes to perpendicular. Now, let me show you the other one, which you can be using. So here, we need to calculate. So we're going to say, for perpendicular to be found, you say M1 multiplied by M2. This must give us a negative 1. That's the formula we use. So what is our M1? It's a 2, which is multiplied by M2. And supposed to give us a negative 1. So to calculate for M2, you divide by 2 by 2. This and this will go. M2 is equal to negative 1 over a 2. Just like that. So this is how we go about this. Hopefully you've gotten this idea of how parallel and perpendicular are done. So let's jump on the actual question that we have so that we see on how we can apply these ideas right here. So if you're enjoying this, please remember to share the video, leave a comment in the comment section, and also like. Okay, All right, so to answer this question, we are going to copy the actual equation that we've been given, and this is how it looks. Okay, so now what is our m? In this case, we need to find a gradient, which is m. Okay, and before we find this gradient, please, I want you to understand that we are doing question A. So in my case here, my gradient, when I look at this, is a 1/3. So I know you may ask a question that where is this 1/3 coming from? Look at this. We know that the formula for finding equation of a straight line is like this. This is how it looks. Now for our m here, we know that it's a gradient. For us to consider this as a gradient, we're supposed to have a coefficient which is a 1. A number here should be a 1. Now look at this. This is a 3. So what are we going to do here? We shall divide throughout by 3. The moment you see that it's not a 1 which is here like it is here, divide throughout by a 3. So this and this will go. We shall remain with y is equal to 1/3 x plus 4/3. And of course we know that what is here is our m, and that's a gradient. So just get now what you're able to see here, that's your m for the first question. Okay, so we've now found the gradient, which we need to use for us to find the equation parallel. So we shall say y is equal to m x plus a c. So what is our y? We know the point there, it's a 0,5. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So y is a 5, which is equal to m is our gradient, which is a 1/3, and x is a 0 plus a c. So 5 is equal to 0 plus a c. Our c is equal to a 5. So we found the c to be equal to a 5. So when you find this c, you come back at this point and say y, okay, this is the equation I'm looking for. Y is equal to, my m is 1/3 x plus, the c is a 5. So in other words, what you need to know is that your equation must only have 2 letters, y and x. You solve for c and m, you know m is a 1/3, which is here. C is a 5, you're right. But y and x should remain in your equation. So this is the equation which is parallel to this equation right over here. You can leave your answer like this, but if you want, you can write your answer, your final answer as because this is y is equal to 1/3x plus a 5. So if you want, you can multiply throughout by 3, and this is how it's going to look like. So when I multiply by 3, this will be 3y. Here, the 3 and the 3 will cancel or remain with x. So 3 times 5 will give us a 15. So this is how you get to find parallel to the given equation. So let's check out the next question where we need to find perpendicular. So please leave a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you've not done so. Share the video and tell more people about this, because as JS Learning Academy, we try to help as many people as we can. Share the video. Thank you. All right, so for B here, which is question B, we want to find perpendicular, the equation that is perpendicular to what we have right here. So again, we know that we need to find the gradient, of which we shall call this as m1, which is equal to 1/3. Okay, so this is our m1. Our m2 will be negative, because this is positive, and then these will switch. This will be -3. Okay, that's our m2. Now finding perpendicular, or the equation that is perpendicular, we are going to get m2, and this will be y is equal to m x plus a c. So the point is a 0,5. The same point, we shall write a 5 here, equal to, the m is a 3, x is a 0, sorry, x is a 0 plus a c. We're solving for c. This will be a 5 as our c. This will cancel, so our c will be equal to a 5. Okay, So when you get this, you shall say y is equal to, where there is m, we write negative 3x plus a 5. So this is a perpendicular. Thank you so much, people. Hopefully you've learned one or two things from this video. Please remember to share the video, like, and leave a comment. We also offer online tuitions if you want to be helped. You're doing your GCE, intern, or even in university. The number that you can get in touch with us on is 096 917 5701. You can either call or WhatsApp. We'll be able to guide on how you can join our online classes. Put +26 if you're outside Zambia. Thank you and bye-bye.